Friday night on Iowa Public Television. I'm Mike Frisbee, and tonight, along with Doctor Who, Blake Seven, and Red Dwarf, we have big news from the Dwarf Boys, which I will share with you right after our weekly Date with Destiny in the retro-rumpled, ever-avuncular form of Jack Horkheimer, feared by the bad, loved by the good, as the Stargazer.
Confused about the cosmos? Can't tell a planet from a star? Then give us just 5 minutes and we'll show you what they are. Jack Horkheimer, Stargazer, director of the Miami Space Transit Planetarium, tells you all about the night sky and the biggest show of all, the universe. And now this week's episode.
The bragging stars of an ancient queen in November's Milky Way. Greetings, greetings, fellow stargazers. And even though this week's full moon will be the closest, biggest, and brightest full moon of the entire year, and will be absolutely beautiful, you should always remember that full moons always make for poor stargazing, because bright moonlight, like bright city lights, wipes out all but the brightest stars from view. So I suggest that you wait until the middle of next week or so to explore two wonders of autumn skies, which I call the bragging stars and the east-west Milky Way. Let me show you. Okay, we've got our skies set up for any clear night in November between the hours of 8 and 10 p.m. When, if you look directly due north, you will see 5 medium bright stars directly above the North Star, which, if we could draw lines between them, would make a very nice, although somewhat squashed out, capital letter M. Now, these stars make up the constellation which I call the bragging stars, because they were named for an ancient legendary queen of Ethiopia named Cassiopeia, who was so extremely vain that she bragged that she was more beautiful than any creature on earth, and who was thus punished for her excessive pride by being placed in the heavens on her throne, where she has been forced to ride ever since endlessly around the North Star, sometimes in an upright position, but most often in a most uncomfortable position, where she has to hold on for dear life to keep from falling off her throne. You can easily see the Queen's throne, which is on its side right now, directly above the North Star in early evening November, if we add a less bright star and draw a line from it, making the seat of the throne. The front leg of the throne between these two stars, the back leg between these two stars, and the back of the throne here. A very nice, simple depiction of a chair in the heavens. And although we can see Cassiopeia's stars even when there is a full moon, what we can't see until the moon is gone is the wonderful celestial backdrop against which her throne is placed. In fact, to see this backdrop, not only must there be no moon, but you must likewise be far away from all city lights. Because when you look at Cassiopeia in early evening every November, far from city lights on moonless nights, you will see this. The incredible river of faint celestial light called the Milky Way, stretching out from both sides of Cassiopeia all the way to the due east and due west horizons. Much, much different than the way the Milky Way appears in midsummer, when it is stretched across the sky from north to south. So, get thee outside some clear November night and early evening, look due north, high above the North Star, and there you'll see the bragging stars of Cassiopeia as she hangs onto her throne for dear life. Plus, the exquisite Milky Way, stretched equidistant east to west from side to side. It's wonderful if you simply take the time to keep looking up. Be the first in your galaxy to own it. The brand new Stargazer home video makes the stars your own. Only $19.95 plus postage and handling.
Stargazer is brought to you in part by Odyssey, Adventures in Science, the premier science magazine for young adventurers. Adventure now at www.odyssey-mag.com.
Okay, now here's the Red Dwarf update. Series 8, all new stuff, will be here in March. Now, our representative actually visited the set and found the cast and crew engaged in activities that were being taped for telecast. We will discover what they were up to in about 4 months. Oh, and if you want to visit the official Red Dwarf website, punch up www.reddwarf.co.uk. Now, that's 2 Ds. And that is a Grant Naylor production site, so don't blame us if it's somehow offensive or not offensive enough. Tonight's episode certainly is. Dimension Jump on Red Dwarf.
Funding for this program was provided